This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Pass the sticks, and he may get more. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44. What perfect execution on that big run. Everything perfectly blocked, and this guy doesn't need a lot of room.
I love how this offensive line communicates and works up front. You see guys winning their one-on-one battles. There's double teams happening. Guys are getting into the second level and creating big lanes for this running back.
And the Wildcats come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Forced out of the pocket. And not much going on downfield. You just get rid of it and live to play another down. Let's chat a little big picture, Arizona. Every team needs those big dudes up front, and, man, they got a mauler from the high school recruiting ranks. Big four-star D lineman. David, what's his adjustment going to be like?
Well, you see the excitement from the fan base and the reaction. It's all over the place, and you understand why. Because just being able to have that size at that position, play the defensive line, is so important for these college teams. They'll fit right in.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Oh, better look out. Fights off a defender. He's loose. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11.
3rd down and 2, you know it's time to get physical, and this unit paves the way, Jesse, and gets the big first down.
And this back's got such a burst, too, doesn't he? As soon as he saw the hole, he exploded through it and picked up a huge chunk of yards.
The Wildcats are on the move. They're going to ride this running back. Driving his way all the way down to the 3-yard line.
Talking to their coaches, they said, we are going to run the ball on the first drive of this game and really see if we can establish that line of scrimmage. You've seen that early so far, and after that explosive run, they've now set themselves up here in the red zone looking to score some points.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. The give to the tailback. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Arizona!
Well, I know it's a very small sample size, and we've got a lot of football to go this year, but what can you say about this offense? How explosive and impressive they look. Top 5 in the nation in scoring, and you can see why. They've got speed and playmakers all over the field.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. He'll bring it out. It's Gibbs. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Offense bringing in the big boys, heavy personnel. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. The give to the back. Slams into the pile. He'll get 1 to the 17.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
They feed him again. He'll be stopped just short of the 20 at the 19. Give him 1.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
It'll be 3rd and long. Sends it back in motion. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Got his man. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. They're already down a touchdown early, and the last thing they need to do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back to that offense. They'll go for it on 4th down. They spun that wheel of fortune on 4th down and come up bankrupt.
That's a great job there by the defense here early in this game, getting a huge stop, and they've got an opportunity to make the opponent pay. Offense taking over now in great field possession. Let's see what they can do here from a play calling standpoint to try to put some points on the board.
Leaves it with the back. Brought down after picking up 3 down to the 22.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Makes the grab on the left. Goes out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they'll be set up and in great position here.
And offensively, I love running these drag routes. I mean, these are the routes that, whether it's zone, whether it's man, they're so successful. It's just about seeing what the defense is doing and getting it to them in open space. Nice job. The wide receiver has some space after the catch, able to go make extra yards. Nice pitch and catch.
Arizona lines up with a 1st and goal. He's looking to throw. Fires into the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
Well, that last incompletion is a good example of why your timing has to be so good as a quarterback, because the windows, they open and they close so quickly in this part of the field.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Marches ahead. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line. Goal-to-go situations, Palmer, you got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right decision. Looks like we're going to have to throw it, right? But if it's not open, just throw this thing away. You don't want to take a sack, lose extra yardage here. Just be smart with the football.
3rd and goal, and let's see if they can even operate in this noise. And he's in for the touchdown, but hang on just a second. There is a flag on the field. That is a costly mistake as the penalty wipes the touchdown off the board. This defense needing this energy from the crowd in a goal-to-go situation. Oh, they're after him. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. Right down the boulevard. It's good. And that will extend their lead even further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Gibbs. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Got it in the middle, it's Armstrong. And he got enough for the 1st down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head.
This defense is flying around with bad intentions. How about the stick the defender just laid on the tight end?
Grabbed over the middle, it's Pringle. Gets it to the 46-yard line. 1st down for this offense. New set of downs after the completion. Looking to throw on 1st down. He's got his man. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
And I love when you understand when I'm supposed to put some RPMs on that football. You could tell he's thrown over the middle of the field. He knows he's got defenders there. I got to throw this thing in there quick, fast, in a hurry. Nice job by the quarterback.
And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play. And the Aggies, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Working that left side now. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all off season long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Looking to fire. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down. The Aggies come to the line on third and short, trying to keep the drive alive. He'll throw on third down. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. Now on fourth down, they'll try to come away with 3. The holder will kneel down at the 29, making it a 39-yard attempt. Absolutely perfect. This is now a 7-point game. That's the end of the quarter, and Arizona has the lead here. And we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Gets it up to the 37 on the return before he's knocked out of bounds. Arizona sending the offense onto the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
Yeah, I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. And generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. Leaves it with the running back. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves them with second and short.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
And the Wildcats in a good spot here with second and short. Back to pass. Throws to the wideout. Catch in the middle, it's Briggs. Touchdown, Arizona! A great catch and run for 6.
One thing this team has shown early this year, it does not take them long to find their footing. They get off to fast starts. That was critical for them winning their first game, and you've seen it here in this one too. They show up ready to go. There's no sleepwalking. I think you got to give this coaching staff a ton of credit for putting their players in good positions to have success.
He'll bring it out. It's Gibbs. He stopped at the 23, a couple yards short of where he would have been with a touchback. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
And the defense making a play and getting a hand on that pass.
I know it wasn't an interception, but a lot of times tips and deflections leads to interceptions. Great job by the defender getting his mitt on the football.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. After the incompletion, they go back up top. He's going to run it. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Aggies lining up, just needing a few tough inches on third down. They'll try to run for it. Oh, he's got a chance. Touchdown, Texas A&M. He got a step and just dusted the field.
And the offense punches it in again, and we call his name again. That's 2 touchdowns now in 2 games with still more to be played. I'll tell you what, I think this guy's name will be called a lot more throughout the season. He's that kind of good.
And with the extra point, they close it to 17-10. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Arizona has it back, the offense coming out to bear down. And they've found no answer so far. Already to the end zone twice, tacked on a field goal, and now back for more. Trying to tackle this guy's a business decision as he gets it up to the 29. The Wildcats can really attack on this 2nd and short. They'll run it out of the shotgun. He's got a yard out to the 30-yard line.
And it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
The 12th man more than standing at the ready. They are bringing the heat on third down. Nowhere to go. The ball's loose. Oh, and he's able to get the ball back, but he does lose yardage on the play.
Woo, deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
They kick it away on 4th down. He'll take it on the return. He's got great speed. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Pulls it in. It's Williams. Turning it on. He gets a little bit of work done. He goes out of bounds at the 42.
And I love the idea of getting this guy screen throws because of his ability after the catch. So nice job getting downfield, getting a hat-on-hat, and giving him a tunnel to run through.
The Aggies with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. That's caught. It's Gibbs. This feels like 4-down territory, 3rd and short from the 40. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. On the move at the 30. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
A&M comes back out with another 1st down. Might as well give it to him again. Powers through the defender. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks with the 1st down. This Texas A&M offense is wasting no time. Power football with the run. He's pulled down after a tough run. Gets it to the 6. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. From the gun, running back gets to give. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to...
Touchdown, Aggie! That's the way you finish a drive and put up points.
And this offense gets another passing touchdown. I tell you what, week 1, this connection worked. Week 2, this connection working again. I'll tell you what, if I'm a defense, I'm going to start focusing in on that guy because they want to find him and make big plays.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. And they did tack on that extra point with no problem. So a drive that started just beyond midfield, only 49 yards. So after getting into the end zone on that last drive, they're set to kick it away. On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Looking to throw on first down. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited.
And we talk to teams week after week and quarterbacks and coaches, and what do they always say, man? Quarterback's best friend is a tight end. Well, that play right there, he wasn't his best friend. You don't see a lot of drops from him, but, man, he had an opportunity to catch that one.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Takes a hit as he fires. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
Well, this offense is going to win this game, and down the road, if they're going to reach the college football playoff and hope to win a national championship, they have got to keep this quarterback clean. Couldn't do it on that last one.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Got room at the 35. Turning on the Jets. Running inside the 20. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one. The clock winds down to 2 minutes, and we will take a pause for the 2-minute timeout. On first and goal, let's see what Arizona does. Snap in the shotgun. Touchdown, Wildcats! Fitted in the window for the score.
And they cap off the drive with a touchdown, throwing the football. In the last play, they got the explosive. They get right back to the line of scrimmage and dial up another one. Great work by the quarterback and his target being on the same page. These last 2 plays, throwing the football, man, it doesn't get any better than that.
He'll bring it out. It's Gibbs. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Gets the back moving. Wants to go up top on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the right. And a little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Picks up the first down, still moving. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it. Now they'll line it up from the 44 on first and 10. The offense changing the play. To the air on first down. Fires to the wideout. Complete downfield. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 and the 38, and these guys are on the move.
Well, you're seeing the balance this offense has and how they can create explosive plays in a variety of ways. We just saw one come in the run game, and now you see one coming in the passing game. I'll tell you, they've got this defense on their feet.
Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
And he was held in check in game one, but you're not going to hold him in check for long. And right out the gates, getting a sack in the second ball game, that will not be his last sack of the season. This dude is a ball player.
He unleashes a long one, and he makes the catch inside the 20. How about this senior picking up some yardage and making a nice play on that one?
Really nice timing on that throw. Quarterback had to hold it, allow his receiver to work his route, but he threw it at the perfect moment so that he was able to make the catch inbounds right on the sideline.
Throws to the wideout. Into the house. Touchdown, Aggie.
Nice job putting a drive together. Nice job punctuating the end of the first half. There's still some time left, Palmer, but they can tie this thing up right now.
Yeah, and this is a staff that has so much confidence in their offense. I like staying aggressive right here, going for two, taking the lead into halftime, and putting a ton of pressure on the opponent.
And the extra point is good. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. He'll start this drive going to the air. Lofts one deep down the right side. He's got it inside the 30. Off to the races. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Wildcats.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now? Going into the half with the lead, with the momentum.
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
Coming out with it, it's Gibbs. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Back to pass, it's Hart. There's the pressure. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense, pressuring the quarterback.
They're dealing with a second and long. Wants to go up top. Grabbed in the middle. It's Gibbs. He's down at the 27. They can't stop the clock, and this is a first down. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. Looking downfield on first down. Unloads to the wideout. And the defense forced that incompletion with the deflection.
And those corner routes, those quarterbacks need to throw the ball with some air and put it towards the sideline, away from the defender. You can tell a little bit maybe underthrown. The defender doing a good job sticking with the play, getting his hand on the football, and getting the deflection.
Fires to the wideout. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. And they get the takeaway and prevent points from going up just before the end of the half.
Well, that's a huge moment here in the game at the end of the first half because the offense is trying to march down the field. They're trying to cut into the opponent's lead. But with that interception and with that return, the defense now, they've put their team in an opportunity to pad their lead with more points here at the end of the first half.
They'll start this drive going to the air. Quickly out to the tight end. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Makes the grab. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. On this game right now and bringing it on third down. Looking for the end zone. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
Well, this defense was ready for go-balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. One more snap coming before halftime. On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. Makes the catch. They finally make the stop, but that one will make those halftime stats look a little nicer as we head to the break. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Arizona set to start this second half. They'll kick it off. Fielded in the end zone. It's Williams. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense.
Breaks into the open. Good pick up there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
Great job creating space. That's what you're supposed to do. When you get man coverage, you got to find a way to get a step, make it easy for your quarterback to read that leverage, and when he drags across the field, he can see he had him. He completes it for the first down.
The give to the back. Shakes off the defender. And that defensive penetration gave him no chance, and he is ridden out of bounds. And the Aggies now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Back to throw, it's Hart. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. It's as if that ball had a magnet going back to the offense. How in the world did they keep it?
Well, the offense is able to avoid disaster right there. Problem is they fumbled it, but thankfully they were able to jump back on and not have a turnover.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Quarterback may change this route. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. That's reeled in. It's Gibbs. He gets it oh so close to the 1st down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. Trying to keep the drive alive. Open space at the 25. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Aggies. There's a reason they call this dude a big playmaker. Moments just like that one.
Big time playmaker. He can make plays all over the field from all different spots. That's why you got to find ways to give him touches as much as possible, because he'll make it happen.
The extra point here would tie the game. And after that extra point, we have a tie ball game in the 3rd quarter. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. Now to make sure this kickoff team covers properly to pay off that last scoring drive. Returner's going to try to see what he can get. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Arizona sending the offense onto the field. That touchdown lead they had has disappeared, and now we have a whole new ball game as they start the drive. Wants to throw on 1st down. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Finds the tight end.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on 1st down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
The run from the shotgun. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. Then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
Looking deep down the right side. He's got it inside the 25. Touchdown, Arizona. And that one will give him the lead.
Have a day, young fella. I foresee some social media posts in his future. Not 1, not 2, but 3 receiving touchdowns on the day. What a ball game.
And the extra point splits the uprights. He'll bring it out. It's Gibbs. Slips through the line. Oh, what vision. He's going to get loose. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. Boy, nothing electrifies a stadium quite like a return for a touchdown.
It's always so exciting because you don't see them very often. You got to go so many yards, 80, 90 yards at a time. What a great job by the returners, showing the speed, providing the electricity. There's a reason they're all jacked up, and it's because of that awesome kickoff return.
And the extra point was good. No incident there, and we are tied up in the 3rd. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Arizona has it back. The offense coming out to bear down. Their lead is gone, and they'll try to grab it back on this drive. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And what you talk about on defense is speed, is penetration, getting in the backfield, making something happen. And you can tell they got in there so quick, the offense couldn't recover, couldn't do anything with them. Nice job getting the tackle for loss.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. Get it out on the screen. They'll stop him just short of the first down marker on the screen.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. Now, how about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
The 12th man more than standing at the ready. They are bringing the heat on third down. On the option. Now the pitch. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. A big play gets it into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 44.
Really nice read that time by the quarterback in the option. He had the ball out in the perimeter. He saw his pitch guy open. Nobody accounting for him. So you flip it to him quickly. Nice, accurate pitch out in front of him. Easy catch. And then he's able to do the rest. Look at the speed that time on the perimeter by the pitchman, picking up a massive gain for this offense.
Arizona going back to work with another first down. Looking to throw on first down. Hawks it out of the air. And he goes down after making the grab. Picked up a few, but he's still short of the first down marker.
Well, this defense is going to have their hands full trying to defend the pass with all of these weapons they've got on the perimeter of the field. That is a great job bringing a dangerous target down right away after he catches the slant.
Hard running there. He'll be run out of bounds right at the 25.
You know, and that's why this guy can play first, second, and third down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. And they're going to find ways to get him going. And also,
no more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35.
All right, this offense needs to come up with a solution for this defensive end because he is a problem. They have got to find a way to help out the offensive tackle and prevent this guy from getting to the quarterback.
Now facing second and long after the defense came up with that sack. Back to pass. Rush is on him. And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack.
Good news is they didn't lose a ton of yards. The bad news is that's the third sack they've given up now in this game. They have got to do a better job protecting this quarterback.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Quarterback moving. All kinds of time to survey the field, and he'll let it go to the left.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. Third and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
They'll try to quiet this crowd by moving the sticks on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Nice grab in traffic. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on fourth down?
And they decide to go for it. They decide to be aggressive, try to throw the football down the field. Receiver, quarterback not on the same page. No dice, turnover on downs.
They'll give it to the back. Find some fresh air. Big play in the running game, and they get him out of bounds right at the 50-yard line.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get.
Oh, he's got some space.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
They'll put it in play from the 40 on 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Using his legs and Pringle. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Close to the marker, it's Hart. Touchdown, Texas A&M. And they take it in for 6 more points. A little trickeration is always in order, especially when you execute like that.
You ain't lying. I tell you what, you always put these in practice, and you always practice them, but you got to have that feel and that timing of when to call it. Perfect timing, rewarded with a touchdown.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. They'll christen this drive from the 28-yard line. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Fires to the tight end. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. These guys have staggered around a little bit in this one. It would be a really good time to get things going if they want to hold off the upset bid.
But they're the favorite for a reason, Reese, and they've got the playmakers on the field. They're only one play away from completely changing the momentum in this game. So the underdog, David, they've got to keep playing at a high level.
And they're the underdogs for a reason. So they've got to have some things go their way. They got to...
There he goes! They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the third period. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the grab. He works his way to the 23 before he goes out of bounds.
Well, they're working the slot receiver on a drag route here. He's just kind of fighting his way through the traffic. He's able to come out the other side and present a nice target for the quarterback.
And the Wildcats can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, try to convert through the air. He's got an open man. Touchdown, Arizona! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. Setting up for the extra point and the tie. That had touchdown written all over it from the moment he caught the ball. Big play, big run for the score.
Yeah, they had touchdown written all over it because nobody was covering him. It would be a good idea to get a hand on him. You know, listen, I know you guys got some speed, and maybe you give him a cushion and give him some space, but that was a little aggressive on the space department.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So the Texas A&M offense returns to the field. Give to the running back. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front seven tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
Right back to him on the ground. Slams into the pile. He'll get 1 to the 17.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Might be changing the route. To the air, it's Hart. Dumps it to the back. Makes the grab. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going to go for it on fourth down. Trying to get it to the marker. Will not get there. A fourth down stop.
And listen, obviously, at this area of the field, it's a question, it's a debate whether or not you go for that on fourth down. At the end of the day, though, I think this coach believes in his own playmakers, and he's got guys on offense that he feels can make a play in that type of situation, and he's got confidence in him. That time they weren't able to come up with it. I'm curious to see what this guy does if they're in a similar situation as this game moves on.
A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. They want to throw it. Looking to scramble. Fires on the move. Got him downfield. Touchdown, Arizona. And with that, they move out front here in the fourth.
And this offense punctuates another drive. And how about the momentum? Palmer, they've got it all. The offense, the defense, playing together. They're on fire right now.
Yeah, I'm really impressed, David, with the resilience of this offense, because not everything was going their way earlier in this game, but they kept their head down. They kept chopping wood. They found a rhythm. And in this fourth quarter, David, they've been unstoppable.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the fourth down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating because you think you might get points, and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
They'll leave it with him. Slithers into space. Turning it on. Smashes him with the stiff arm. Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance. Big drive for this offense late, trying to tie the game. They pieced together a couple of first downs, and here they come again. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Moving out of the pocket. Nothing open downfield, so he'll just toss it away.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack and get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
What a big play this one could be. Tight game, getting late, third and long coming up. He'll be stopped just a little short of that 25-yard line, and now they have a decision to make on fourth down. Quarterback making checks. On fourth down, looking for the completion. Extending the play. Going to try to get it himself. Steps out of bounds just inside the 20. They'll mark him down at the 18.
Man, what a scramble by the quarterback. Fourth quarter, need a play, fourth down. He makes it happen. This home crowd is going nuts. We got a great one on our hands.
They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Unleashes one deep. Throw to the end zone, picked off.
Offense would love to have that one back. Down here in this area of the field, everything has to happen faster. Decisions need to be made quicker. The ball's got to be out quicker. Routes got to be snapped off faster. They were just way too late. And as the result, the defense gets the INT.
Arizona sending the offense onto the field. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now, if we can put a few first downs together, we're looking really good.
To the air on on second down. Catch in the middle. It's Riggs. And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. Wide receiver going in motion. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. That is just the kind of run you want when you're trying to close out a game.
Yeah, you got to be impressed with this offense, man. Fourth quarter, they've been money. Great job putting drives together. Nice play there as well, but this offense has saved their best for the last part of this football game when they needed it the most.
The clock winds down to the 2-minute timeout, and this offense will try to drain away the time and secure the victory. Arizona comes out with another first down. They'll go to the ground. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. I think they'd keep it on the ground here to drain as much time as possible off that clock and hold on to this lead. Second down, they'll go to the air. Got it in the middle, it's Riggs. That's where they'll mark him. A very productive play and a first down.
Man, this quarterback is going to have to be deadly accurate here in this 2-minute situation, right? And that's really what he's had to be all game long. He hasn't had a lot of yards because the coverage has just been so tight. He's had to be pinpoint perfect. It's been hard just to find completions, no doubt. That's going to be the same thing here in this 2-minute drive.
From the 33, it's 1st and 10. Direct snap. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
And after that negative play on offense with the lead late in the game, I think there's still ways that you can be creative and run the football, but not be so obvious. So zone read type plays, fake dives and pitches to the running back to get him outside, jet sweeps. You can find other ways to keep the clock moving, even though the defense knows you're going to run it.
Caught in the backfield. It's Gilmore. Gets away from one, finds room. Touchdown, Wildcats! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
And he made the extra point without problem. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. Gets it all the way out to the 33 before he stopped. Decent field position to start this drive from their own 33. Scanning the field, it's Hart. A deep throw as the clock winds down. Pulls it in down the sideline. He flips his field in an instant, and he's got him set up at the 20. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. Looking to pass inside the red zone. They're working that left side. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6. The Aggies moving quickly to the line.
Griffin. Gaucho. Gaucho.
Quarterback making adjustments. Wants to go up top. Looking for the score. Throw to the end zone. It's picked off. The 50. He's at the 40. Running inside the 20. And he has taken it all the way back. Touchdown, Wildcats.
And that's a great job by the defender there, back in his own end. He knew he had to make a play. He jumped the route, caught it, and he takes it all the way back. Forget flipping the field. How about scoring a touchdown?
And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. He'll be stopped, but good work there to get the ball out to the 37. They'll snap it from the 37 for the first play of this drive. They go to the ground. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success. But on that play, really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting into the ground.
That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
3rd down.